We're going to do something a little bit different for the next little bit. We do still have some text messages. We will get to those towards the end of the show. But we mentioned at the start of the show about a really exciting exhibition that's coming up on Friday. So this one is it's called Beyond the Bars, and it's in collaboration with Paper Chained magazine. Now, some of you know of Paper Chained. Now, Joel Minor, you did mention a few weeks ago in your letter that you have sent a piece of art through to Paper Chained and asked us to talk about it. We are definitely big fans here of Paper Chained, and we were lucky to do to have an interview with Damien. Sarah did for us about a year and a half ago now, so we're going to play you a little bit of that interview. But Damien's managed to pull together an exhibition, and it's going to be in over at Hamilton, in conjunction with Green Fox Studio, who we'll talk to you about a little bit more towards the end of the show. Friday night is free, but it's the opening, so you do need to register. Tickets are free. They're through Humanitix. If you jump online, Google Behind the Bars Paper Chained. I will also pop the link up on our Locked In page in just a minute. The exhibition is... do you want to, the opening paragraph gives us a really good...
it's awesome, Siege. Here it goes. Beyond the Bars is a powerful art exhibition bringing together international and local artists impacted by the criminal justice. It says justice system. I want to say injustice system, alongside incredible emerging and established talent. This exhibition isn't just about showcasing art. It's about second chances, real stories, and the systems that need change. It's like basic stuff that we all know about, but there's internationals as well as locals. So it's going to be a big mashup, man. It's going to be awesome.
It is, and it's got some interesting sponsorship. It's sponsored by Serco, which we find kind of interesting. As you know, there's a lot of programs happening that. I'm not even going to go down this.
I think we've got some other stuff lined up. Hey, CJ.
Yeah, let's focus on Paper Chained. Let's just focus on the beautiful part of this.
That is a great established.
Yeah. So this will be happening on Friday. We've also downloaded the latest issue of Paper Chained, and there's quite a few Queensland artists starting to pop up. As any of you know, some of the legalities around art here in Queensland. Queensland Corrections has a very different approach and a very knee-jerk reaction to some art.
It's beyond challenging. It's just disgusting.
That's it. Yeah, challenging is
just doesn't need to be so restrictive.
A glossy word, isn't it? Yeah. So we're really excited that some art is being exhibited here in this really formal capacity, but we'd also like to see our VIPs here in Southeast Queensland with their incredible and beautiful art being supported as well. So,
yes.
Yeah, laying some precedents.
Yes,
Stay tuned.
There's different sides to this justice system.
Absolutely. So if you're a Queensland VIP and you have been published in Paper Chained, or if you happen to be at this exhibition, if I see you there, I'm going to be very, very excited if I see some of the art there. Amazing. All right, I'm going to start. I'm going to put this interview on with Damien Linnane. This was done by Sarah back at the end of 2023, before our very first exhibition. The first.
Excellent, Siege. This is good timing.
Didn't say nothing. All right, let's get this interview on, and then we will be back after this with some text messages, a little bit more music, and we're going to introduce you to Green Fox Studios and some of the companies working on career opportunities for you VIPs, arty VIPs.
Good evening, and you are on 4ZZ's Locked In. This is an interview with Damien Linnane from the publication Paper Chained. Yeah. So that process of you not only being able to do art in prison down there, which of course is a human right, and all inmates should have access to that because it has such therapeutic benefits when facilitated in the correct way. But not only that, the writing of the book and the publication of that, did you have any infringements upon your parole of being able to get that published and sold due to victims of crime or anything like that, as restrictive as it is in Queensland?
No, and that's something I've found with Paper Chained, prisoners from I can even I can publish things quite openly from other prisoners from other states, but in Queensland, there seems to be more restrictions than anywhere else. So, parole, we didn't put any, restriction on that at all. And also the book was a work of fiction. So, the whole profiting from crime laws that are very poorly understood, but that didn't really apply to that. But, there wasn't any restriction at all. In fact, parole seemed very impressed with the art, whenever I had to check in and stuff and like what I was doing. So they were.
You got support, which is great, and that's what prisoners should be getting instead of being held back from their own rehabilitation or self-exploration, which is
absolutely.
So, can I ask who's your publisher, and can inmates get hold of your copies of your new publications, either or?
Yeah, so the first one, Scarred, it's published by a small independent called 10th Street Press. And I mean, people on the outside, you can order it through bookstores. It's like distributed through, a big supplier. So like any bookstore can order it in, but you can also get it through like, Amazon, and most of the ebook sellers have it available. It's through Kindle and stuff like that. My second book, which is the one that's coming out on November 1st, that's through another small publisher called Brolga. And so that one, you can currently pre-order it on Amazon in paperback. And but my publisher said the ebook's going to come out about a month later, but like from November 1st at least, you should be able to like order it in stores. Not sure how you get books in prison in Queensland. In New South Wales, that's actually quite restrictive. When I got out, I wanted to donate some books to the prison I was at, and I think it was 2018, they brought in a new rule that you can't actually donate books to an individual prison in New South Wales anymore. You can only send them to like head office, and then they decide where they go. If anywhere, there's a possibility they just stay on a shelf somewhere.
Well, they just throw them in a bin and burn them. So just, for the prisoners, so if they do want to order one, what's the rough cost of that, your books?
Oh, in the like $25 kind of range, I think. Ebooks obviously cheaper, but I don't think you can really get those anywhere in prison in Australia. Yeah.
All right, and the most important thing that we really want to knock off before we go into a very long segment, because there's so much other interesting things I'd like to explore with you. But first of all, how can the prisoners support? And not only support, but get hold of copies of Paper Chained, and how can they also promote that to their other mates inside other centres so they become aware of it? Because I'm pretty sure that there's, like you said, there's quite a few prisons that have no idea about this publication or a way to communicate amongst yourselves, such as Barallan, possibly Woolston, Arthur Gorrie and BCC. So we need to get the word out to them, and possibly also Brisbane Women's. I'm not sure if they're getting a hold of it. How do we get the inmates to be able to subscribe? How do they get copies? And how can they connect to other inmates so they can find out about it and be aware of your publication?
Yeah, so getting the word out's always been the hard part. Well, the first thing I'll mention is that we make Paper Chained available for free on our website, and while obviously that doesn't directly benefit people in prison, something you need to know: several prisons around the country actually print it directly from the website and then distribute it to people inside themselves. Alice Springs, Melbourne Assessment Prison, a few others. So if you have an educational officer who's supportive of literature and things like that, you can firstly you can go to the educational office and say, is there any chance you can print this directly from the website? I'd say the chances are they'll say no, but it doesn't hurt to ask. But also, if your family's on the outside and they have access to a printer, you can also ask your family to print it off. If that's not an option for you, if the library says no and you don't have a family, then you're welcome, or your family can't print it for you rather, you're very welcome to send a letter to us directly and subscribe manually, and we will add you to the subscription list. The only thing we really ask is that if you're subscribing, let us know when your release date is, if you have one. That's because we have limited funding, and then every time we send a batch out, people who didn't give us their release date, like a quarter of them come back. They're like, this person's been released now, which is money we could have used to send it to other people. So yeah, but you're very welcome to write to us directly, and just let us
quickly.
Yeah, so the address is Paper Chained, PO Box 2073. The suburb is Dangar, Dangar, New South Wales 2309.
So that's Paper Chained, Post Office Box 2073, Dangar 2307.
2309 is the postcode.
2309. I was going to say that's an anagram. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
and what's the website?
So the website is paperchained.com, chained, CHAINED.com. So you can, family can download, every single issue we've ever released. And, when to try and keep our funding low, we only post it to people in prison. So when you get out, we encourage people to just read it online on the website. It's always freely available up there. Yeah.
And so your interest in prisoner communication and publicating has also promoted your PhD research. Now you're looking for any inmates or any ex-inmates that have any access to old archived prison publications.
Yeah, so my PhD is looking at the history of prison publications and also how prisoners have expressed certain human rights issues in those publications. So basically any kind of newsletter, newspaper or magazine that was made either in prisons or was sent into prisons as prisoners were the explicit target audience, I'm very interested in obtaining. I found a very large collection of those in New South Wales and Victoria, but either there weren't as many in Queensland, or I'm just haven't tapped the right resource yet, because so far I've only found a few in Queensland. There was one Calorie with a K in 1967 at Boggo Road, and then there was I found two at Wacol, one called The Outlet in the 70s and then one called Keys Newsletter in the 90s. But other than that, I haven't really found much in Queensland. So, if you're listening and you've got any old prison magazines, newsletters, anything like that, I would be really interested in hearing from you. Also, if you've got ones from other states as well. But particularly in Queensland, there seems to be.
Any of the lifers that have any of the information or possible contacts would be great if you could connect with Paper Chain as well, because we want to make your stories heard, and we don't want you forgotten, even though you are serving life as well. So please reach out to us at 4ZZZ and also to Paper Chained. Damien, it's been great having you at the moment, and there's so much more I want to explore. So I hope that we can catch up again. And then we can have another conversation about some really important stuff that the inmates have the right to know about. So I really, really appreciate and value your time tonight. Thank you so much.
No, it's been great to be here. I just occurred to me, I don't think I mentioned the name of the second book. That's called Raw. That's my second book, and that the first one was a crime thriller, but Raw is actually a memoir. So it talks about my prison experience as well. So yeah,
great. Thanks, Damien.
And that was our chat between Sarah and Damien Linnane from Paper Chained magazine. We were just chatting before that about an exhibition that is going to be on this Friday. It is called Beyond the Bars.